Escucho si Cha. In this video, I am going to be talking about the First Nations Language Essentials, Ask Me, Level 1, Unit 1, Lesson 2. In this video, I'll be just taking a look at the lesson and giving a bit of an explanation, and then there will be some videos to follow with doing it with some students. Lesson 2 is on pages 11, 12, 13, and 14. This is the first page of the lesson. Here you have what your classroom, if we were in a typical classroom, this is what it would look like. So you would have it in a U shape or like a circle depending on how much space you have so that everybody can see each other. And at this point, I keep talking about the silent period, and what that looks like is that the students aren't going to be vocalizing the words just yet. So this is more about their actions and that they're following what your commands on what you are saying. So if you say "ti-tlang," then they'll stand up or they'll use their hand gestures. If we're doing a class on Zoom, the hand gestures are great. It would be a great way to get your students moving while we're sitting for a long period of time. The new vocabulary for this lesson is kwaningit, which is up here. So the new vocabulary is up here, and then we're going to be doing a bit of review before we get into new vocab. The vocabulary that they would have done in lesson 1 is titlangs, amits, stangs, anochs, and chalanes. We're going to be going through those just as like a warm-up, and then we're going to go into the new vocab. When you say the commands, the students are going to model and copy what it is that you're doing, and they could be looking at each other and following suit. So here we're looking at pages 12 and 13 from Unit 1. This is where you're going to be continuing on. So you're still doing review here, and when you see titlang and you see it spread out like that, you're supposed to slow it down. You're also going to be using stangs, huaneng at, and then you're going to have a character just to make things fun. So then you're going to be introducing the new vocabulary, which is kwaningit. We do is when you do it with the students. So you're going to be first showing them, and then you're going to do it together. So one way to do that is Atlas. This is where you're going to have the students close their eyes. So you'll see comprehension checks at the end of each lesson. It's an assessment to see how they're understanding the lesson. So you'll have your students close their eyes and you'll say the command, and they'll either do the actions or they will do the gestures. That kind of helps you assess on where you can go from there. If your students are having a hard time or you see some students having a hard time, you'll go through the language again. But if you see that they're all doing well, then you're able to go on to the next lesson. So the last part of lesson 2 is this song. So this is a supplemental activity. So this is an activity, a fun activity you can do with your students. It's a catchy tune. There is a link here to watch it, and if you just click on that, you'll be able to go to the song and see the beat and see how it's sung. You can use gestures, but you can also use actions for this song, and it's a great way to get students involved and have fun using the language. So the write-up for that is on page 14, and that's the last part of lesson 2. Okay,